Okay. We will now call on the Freedom Front Plus, Honourable Wessels. Thank you. Quiet in the House, thank you. Order. Thank you very much. You may proceed.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, it is possible to debate for months at end, maybe for years, maybe for decades, maybe for centuries, about what the best ideologies and policies are that will get an economy going sustainably, that will create opportunities. Some of us might be right, some of us might be wrong, and some of us might just be speculating. But what we can't debate about is the fact that if there's no service delivery, there can't be employment creation, there can't be economic growth. And the other thing that we can't dispute is when there's money being stolen, that is that of governments, state funds, then that money could have been spent on service delivery, which would have created a conducive environment for job creation and economic growth. But when money is wasted in terms of wasteful and fruitless expenditure, in terms of irregular expenditure, then that is an impediment for economic growth. And we cannot afford that. And Minister, then Treasury must start playing a role to set an example. Because it is unacceptable that with the integrated financial management system, where nearly R1 billion was lost due to, and we can't put it in all kinds of nice terms, corruption. It is then a very bad example that is set by National Treasury. And there I agree with the Honourable Gadebe that every government department must play a role to ensure that there's no irregular expenditure, that there's good financial management. But National Treasury does have the constitutional obligation to set that example of good financial management. But when Treasury themselves are guilty of irregular expenditure, such as with the integrated financial management system, and then denies up until today that it was corruption, it sets a very, very bad example. And Minister, I plead with you that you admit in no ambivalent terms to the fact that as the Special Investigating Unit found, it was corruption, and it should never, ever happen again. We cannot allow big companies such as Oracle to exploit the South African government as they did with the IMS. We cannot ever allow it again. If I was the Honourable Van Rooyen, I would not talk about the exchange rate, because when you were Minister for 4 days, the rand dropped with more than almost 10%. So be careful what you say. Be careful of what you say. Thank you, Chairperson.
Right.